If you've ever Googled, is Phoenix a good place to live? And gotten a bunch of generic listings that all say the same five things: no state income tax, hot weather, saguaro cacti, then this show is for you. Because Arizona is so much more than that search result. And real estate is so much more than just buying and selling houses. I am Natasha Tomlinson. I'm a licensed realtor here in Arizona in the greater Phoenix metro area for over 20 years. And I started this podcast because I really got tired of people making one of the biggest decisions of their lives: where to live, whether to sell, how to survive a financial crisis, with outdated, incomplete, or just plain misinformation. So let's fix that. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 1 of Beyond the Backyard, Arizona Living and Real Estate. I am your host, Natasha Tomlinson, real estate agent, Phoenix Metro local, and apparently someone who has enough opinions about Arizona to start a podcast. Here's the deal with the show. Yes, I'm a real estate agent, but this is not a real estate commercial. This is a resource. Think of it as your Arizona insider guide. Whether you're thinking about relocating here, already live here, or trying to figure out your next move, investing in the market, or you're a homeowner who's hit a rough patch and you need answers, we are going to cover it all: real estate strategy, Arizona schools, solar, water, jobs, local communities, homeowners associations, the good, the bad, and absolutely baffling, investment opportunities, loan options, and yes, some fun stuff too: food, events, hidden gems, things to do that don't require you to stand in line for an hour. This is your relocation resource, your homeowner strategy show, your Arizona lifestyle guide, and your local market intelligence, all in one place. So let's get into it. Before I tell you what this show is, let me tell you who it's for. It's for the family in Seattle or Chicago or California or Boston who's heard Arizona is booming and is wondering, is it really? Is now a good time to move? What's it actually like living there? It's for the homeowner in Surprise, in Mesa, in Apache Junction, in Laveen, who's owned their homes for 5 years or more and is asking, should I sell? Should I wait? What is my home even worth right now? It's for the investor who's looking at Phoenix and thinking, is there still opportunity here? And where? And what kind? It's for the homeowner who is going through something hard: a job loss, a divorce, a medical situation, a financial crisis, who's behind on their mortgage and a bit scared and doesn't know what their options are. That last group, that last group is close to my heart. A big part of my work right now is in pre-foreclosure, helping homeowners who are in distress figure out their options before the bank makes decisions for them. And we will discuss that on this show, plainly and without judgment, because most people in that situation don't even know what they don't know. And that gap between what people know and what they need to know, that's exactly where this show lives. So, whoever you are, welcome. You're in the right place. Alrighty, let's talk about where we are in the greater Phoenix real estate market as of now, spring 2026. I'll give you a real picture, not hype, not doom and gloom, excuse me, the actual picture. The median price for a single family home in greater Phoenix sits around $450,000 right now. Year over year, that is 0.8% of growth. So prices have not cratered, but they haven't shot up either. It's a period of stabilization. Days on market for single family houses are averaging about 37 days. And that means if you list your home and you price it well and you present it well, it moves. But notice I said well priced and well presented. Overpriced homes are sitting. Buyers right now are patient. They have options and they have leverage, which brings you to the bigger picture. Greater Phoenix is predominantly in a buyer's market right now. Now, there are pockets, certain neighborhoods are performing faster and better than others, certain price points where sellers still have a bit of an edge. But the broader regional story is that buyers are in a stronger position than they have been in several years. Now, condos, townhomes, co ops, manufactured homes, and age restricted communities are taking longer to sell than single family detached homes. If you own one of those, you need to know what's going on. Pricing strategy and preparation matter even more in those categories. Now, what does that mean for you? If you're a buyer or someone relocating, you have more negotiating power than you probably think. Use it. If you're a seller, this is not 2020 or 2021. You cannot just throw a sign in the yard and wait for 10 offers. You need strategy, you need preparation. You need an agent who's going to tell you the truth, not just tell you what you want to hear to get the listing. If you're in distress, there's distressed homeowner, someone behind on payments or facing foreclosure. A market that's still holding value means you likely have equity. Yay! Equity means options. We'll talk more about that in future episodes. The market is not broken, it's just different. And different, when you understand it, is workable. So let me give you a preview of what's coming up in this show because we have a lot of ground to cover. Real estate exit strategies. Yes, we'll talk about traditional sales, cash offers, pre foreclosure, short sales, subject to deals, creative seller financing options, all of it. Plain language, no jargon, no pressure, just information so you can make the best decision for your situation. Arizona schools. Schools, they're one of the top three reasons families choose where to live. Whether you're going to dig into school districts across the metro area, not just ratings, but what those ratings actually mean. Charter school options, how school quality affects home values. We'll talk about those data centers. We'll talk about water in Arizona. That is a topic. Anyone who tells you water isn't a real issue in Arizona, they either don't live here or they're not paying attention. We will discuss the Colorado River, the CAP, groundwater, what communities are most at risk, and what it means for real estate values long term. This is essential listening, especially if you're relocating here. Solar, yes. Arizona gets 300 days of sunshine a year. If you own a home here and you don't have a solar conversation, you may be leaving money on the table or taking on liability without knowing it. We will discuss and cover how solar affects home sales, what to watch out for with lease systems, and what buyers need to know. Jobs and economic growth. Phoenix is one of the fastest growing metro economies in the country. Excuse me. We'll discuss the industries driving that growth, like semiconductor manufacturing, tech, logistics, and healthcare, and what that means for the housing market. What about those homeowners associations, right? Let's talk about HOA life. Arizona has a lot of HOAs, a lot. And we will talk about what to know before buying into one, your rights as a homeowner, the situations that I have seen trip people up most often. How about those financing options, those loan options, down payment assistance programs, what's available today? VA loans, FHA loans, USDA loans, renovation loans, options for self employment borrowers, options for investment property. We will dig into mortgage financing and make it make sense. Investment opportunities, yes. Midterm rentals, co living, short term rentals, long term rentals, fix and flips, multifamilies. The Arizona investment landscape is alive and active, and we will break it down. How about some community lifestyle events? Yes, we're going to have a little fun. Local restaurants, events, hidden gems, in our communities, things to do with kids, things to do without the kids, and what it's actually like living in different parts of the valley. I will bring in guests because I can't know it all, right? And I know some pretty amazing people: lenders, title reps, solar experts, water policy people, community leaders, investors, homeowners who've been through hard things and have come out of the other side. Real conversations with real people. This is the show I wish I had when I started in this business. All right, now, since this is episode one, you should probably know a little bit about who you're listening to, right? Why not? I mean, you could talk to me. I can't hear you, but feel free. But I've been licensed here since 2005. And so I've seen a lot of different market conditions. I've sold homes before the 2008 crash. I watched the market fall apart. That was fun. I watched it come back together. I sold through the frenzy of 2020 and 2021 when homes were getting 30 offers in a weekend. And I'm working in today's market, which is a whole different kind of chess game. Most of my career has been working with buyers, helping people navigate one of the biggest financial decisions of their life. And I love that work. I still do. But over the last few years, I've built a growing niche working with homeowners in distress, people facing foreclosure, going through a divorce, dealing with a job loss or illness, and trying to figure out what to do with a home they can no longer afford or just no longer want to deal with. That work matters a lot to me because those homeowners often feel like they have no options. And that is almost never true. I come at this work with a philosophy borrowed from Zig Ziglar. You can get everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. That's just not a slogan. It's just not a quote. It's how I actually run my business. I'm not here to push you into a deal that just benefits me. I'm here to give you the information you need to make the right decision for yourself. And if that decision turns out to be working with me, great, fabulous. And if it doesn't, you'll still walk away better informed than when you met me. That's the deal. All right. That's episode one of Beyond the Backyard. If this show sounds like something you need, share it. Send it to a friend who's thinking about moving to Arizona. Send it to a family member who's overwhelmed by what's happening with their home. Send it to the person in your group chat who keeps asking, is Phoenix a good place to live? You can always find me on socials. And if you're a homeowner in distress, behind on payments, facing foreclosure, dealing with a life situation that involves real estate, hey, reach out. The conversation is free and information is powerful. New episodes drop on Saturdays. Next week, we're diving into Arizona's water situation. What's real, what's overblown, and what it actually means if you're buying or selling a home here. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm Natasha Tomlinson, and this is Beyond the Backyard. See you next week.